What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another video. If you didn't see my last All-Star Game video on the NL, posted that about 2 days ago. Now is the AL's time. As I said in my other video, the All-Star Game is one of my favorite parts of the season. Really sucks it's not happening this year, but that's kind of the world we're living in. So I'm going to go over the AL part of this. So this would be the AL's lineup if the All-Star Game actually happened halfway through the season. So far the season without an All-Star Game has been really lots of fun. So it's not too bad. So let's get into it. Starting at catcher is Pedro Severino. Yeah, the Orioles have been surprisingly good this year, and he's been great for them. Right now, he's batting .315, which is amazing, especially for a catcher. 5 homers, 21 RBIs. He even has a stolen base on the year. He's got an OPS of .897, which is also pretty solid. So Pedro Severino, he's not even one of the better Orioles bats this year. They got Ronaldo Nunez, Hanser Alberto, Anthony Santander. So Pedro Severino for catcher is definitely pretty cool for the Orioles to have. The last time they had a great catcher was Matt Whit, which I guess is not that long ago. Going over to third base is Anthony Rendon, the Angels' big offseason pickup, who didn't translate to wins, but he's having a pretty good season, batting .292, 8 homers, 24 RBIs, OPS of .963, which is great. A great thing about Anthony Rendon's game is he has 27 walks and only 24 strikeouts. So that's pretty good considering if we're talking about the shortstop, the next shortstop on this list, who is Tim Anderson, who's been .351 this year, but Tim Anderson has 8 walks to 30 strikeouts. So it makes Rendon's 27 walks to 24 strikeouts great, but I'm not trying to take away from Tim Anderson because Tim Anderson's having a great year. Been .351, as I said, 7 homers, 15 RBIs, OPS of .985, which is super close to that elite tier. It's about 15 points or whatever you want to say off of being like super elite. He's having an amazing season. He's all right defensively, and there's Tim Anderson. Finishing up that middle infield is another player in the same division. It's Whit Merrifield of the Kansas City Royals. He was really hot, and now he is starting to slow down, but he is still batting .249, 7 homers, 22 RBIs. Is okay. I'm kind of going off more of this because now we're past the second half, and he's really struggling, but before he was doing great. OPS of .721 is not great for Whit Merrifield, but he's still having one of the better seasons than some AL second basemen. First base is Luke Voit, who's really helped the Yankees during this rough stretch. He's batting .276, 14 home runs, which I think is, let me see, actually, is that? Yeah, so it's one behind the AL lead right now. 29 RBIs, which is great, from OPS at .973, which is very good. Luke Voit has been the Yankees' savior with all these injuries. And now we're going to go to the outfield. So Teoscar Hernandez is the left fielder for this AL All-Star team. He just went out. He's on the injured list. We don't know how long. He was batting .308, 14 home runs, so one below the AL lead. 27 RBIs, OPS at .995. So similar year to Luke Voit. So that's great for Teoscar. He's having a breakout year. Center field, obviously, Mike Trout. Batting .295, 15 homers, 38 RBIs, OPS of 1.071, which is elite. He's having a great year. Angels are not. Angels got to figure something out because I want to see the greatest. I'm not going to say he's the greatest player of all time yet, but he's up there. I want to see him in the playoffs. Moving to right field, Kyle Tucker. Kyle Tucker, there's a lot of great outfielders in the AL with Luis Robert, Kyle Lewis. I went with Kyle Tucker because he's also having a big breakout year like those two guys, but those two guys are rookies. He's been .276, 8 homers, nothing special, but he's almost got 40 RBIs. He's got 37, which is one less than Trout, and he has an OPS of .908, which is really good. So Kyle Tucker has been the Astros' best bat this season. I don't think I would have said that going into the season. And then the DH of the super exciting Chicago White Sox, Jose Abreu. He's been .315, which is amazing. 13 homers, 40 RBIs, OPS at .980. He is an AL MVP candidate, especially with these amazing numbers. So that would be the DH for the team. The starting pitching is led by the obvious AL Cy Young candidate. Can we already give it to him? It's Shane Bieber. He's 7-0 with a 1.25 ERA. Only allowed 35 hits all season. 14 walks to 94 strikeouts is unreal. whip of .85. He's been out of his mind. The Indians' pitching is elite, and that's crazy because they've traded Corey Kluber, Trevor Bauer, and Mike Clevenger all in the past year, and they still have absolutely insane pitching, some of the best in the league. So that says something about the Indians' pitching. How they homegrown pitching like Tristan McKenzie, Zach Plesac, even Adam Plutko is pretty good to go along with Beiber. Yeah, I can't say enough about the Indians' pitching. Now we're also going to the second starter. I picked two starters, one relief pitcher, Kenta Maeda. He's been amazing for the Twins. He was kind of a small part. And what trade was that? Alright, it was the Mookie Betts. It was like a 3-team trade, and it was Brusdar, Gratterall, I'm not 100%. It was Brusdar, Gratterall, and Kenta Maeda went to the Twins. So it was kind of a small part, but Maeda's gone off this season. 4-1 with a 2.77 ERA, almost threw a no-hitter this year. Only 27 hits allowed all season, 8 walks to 56 strikeouts. He's been on point this season. And then the last pitcher would be a bullpen pitcher, and it's Liam Hendriks. He is coming more and more out of his shell as his career goes on. He's now 2-0, doesn't mean much for a closer. 1.56 ERA, 10 saves, only 3 walks, 25 strikeouts, only 10 hits allowed in 17.1 innings. And that would be the AL All-Star team. So that would be the lineup. I'm not sure who would win between AL and NL. The All-Star game is usually slightly competitive since they added whoever wins gets home field advantage. I'd really like to see this All-Star game because there's some guys in here who probably would not be projected to be All-Stars. Kenta Maeda, Kyle Tucker, just in this Pedro Severino, just in this like AL tier. So yeah, Teoscar, Hernandez, forgot about him. So that would be the AL All-Star team. I'm done with this two All-Star lineups. I'm gonna start a couple new videos where I just kind of ramble about baseball. I know I get like 4 or 5 views on these videos, so I'm not gonna ask you guys if you want to see this or not. But I think just instead of putting like a big title, I'm just gonna say, just ramble. I'm just gonna talk about like different stuff that's interesting about baseball instead of it just always being like going off a stat. So I'm sure that'll be a little more interesting to watch. Those will be coming in the next couple of days, and I'm out. Peace.